How's the drain in that slop sink?
I think it's fine.
Good. I'm in the mood for some music. 80s. I'll make that happen.
Hello, my lovelies. This is Jonathan from BroJMR Productions. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Another video already? Is it my birthday? No, I don't think it is. I mean, I guess it might be. But more importantly, it is officially October. It is October 2nd, possibly 3rd by the time you guys see this video. I actually wanted to do this a couple of days ago and have it up, but I had other videos to shoot, other videos to edit. Just didn't have time to do it. But October is one of my favorite times of the year, along with a lot of other people, I realize. I love horror movies. I love the whole idea of Halloween. I love a lot of things that come with Halloween, the decorations, costumes, the movies that get shown on TV, everything. And this year especially, I'm looking forward to October because we're actually going on vacation here in a couple of weeks. We're going down to Savannah, Georgia with Mom and Dad. We're going to do some Halloween related stuff. We're actually going on a hearse tour, which is just a ghost tour, but they actually take you in a hearse around town. We're going to maybe go to a voodoo cemetery, some different things like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know, got tons of horror movies that I'm going to try to get through, a bunch of new stuff that we have, some of the stuff that I haven't seen before. I picked up the complete Halloween collection. I'm going to try to shoot through that at some point this month. I'm really looking forward to that one. What else have we gotten? I've got the Chucky collection, which I may watch some of. I'm going to try, if I have time, I'm going to try to actually sit down and watch through the Nightmare on Elm Street collection because I've never seen all of them. I picked up the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm looking forward to getting to watch that one again. And we picked up the Omen collection, which is all 3 Omen movies plus the remake they did. That one I'm really looking forward to watching. And I think that I'm actually going to take that one with me on vacation and maybe watch a couple of them as a family. I thought that might be fun. I need to start working on my October playlist, which is a playlist of music that I put together every year to listen to in October, horror-themed music. I'm not totally sure how I'm going to go with it this time. I think I want to do kind of a mixture of old and new stuff. Last year I went a little odd with it, but there are always some things that I put in there that are staples, like some Rob Zombie songs, the Halloween theme song of Wolf and Man, things like that. Those are usually staples, and of course Typo Negative. I mean, just anything from Typo Negative would go in there. But I'm not sure yet. I need to start working on that. But the reason why I wanted to make this video is I am again doing a series of movie reviews for October. Now you may remember last year I did horror movies originals versus remakes, and that was a blast. And I actually really considered doing a second part to that because there are a lot more that I didn't get to that I actually kind of wanted to. But instead, I decided that we are going to talk about the master of horror this month, Mr. Stephen King, specifically Stephen King movies. I have a list of 8 to 10. I'm going to see how many I can actually get to. That I'm going to do. Some of these are lesser known ones. I'm not going with the incredibly popular ones. I want to do something a little bit different, and a good amount of the ones that I'm doing weren't theater releases, they were the TV miniseries. that he did. So it's going to be fun. A little information on Stephen King. Stephen King was born in 1947. He published his first major published novel was called Star Invaders, and it was in 1964. But nobody had any idea what it was at the time. Nobody had any idea who he was. In his illustrious career, Stephen King has written 65 novels. 6 of those were nonfiction. Seven of them were penned under his pen name, Richard Bachman. And he has written nearly 200 short stories. Now, his first major published work that everybody knows about is Carrie from 1974. That's the one that really put him on the map. But if you start talking about some of his unpublished work, he has one dating back to 1959. And it wasn't a short story. It was a novel that he wrote at 12 years old. That one actually still has not been published ever, but it existed. And that's just amazing to me. There have been 52 full-length movies based on his works. That is incredible for anyone. Plus the short films and different TV shows. He's written a couple episodes of different TV shows. He's had some based on his works, like Under the Dome, Haven, and The Dead Zone. If you factor in all the short films and TV, he has almost 100 credits in assorted media, either based on his characters, based on his writing, based on his short stories, or he penned them himself. Now, the first movie that was ever put out based on his work was obviously Carrie, again, 1976. Now, that'll tell you something about how fast his career took off, that it was only 2 years between the publishing of Carrie the novel and the making of the movie. And it should tell you something, that movie actually got a lot of big name people. This was not a little indie film. This was a huge release. That'll tell you something about I don't even know the word, but the influence that Stephen King has and how powerful his writing is. He is one of the best-selling writers of all time. Rough estimates, almost 500 million copies of his books have been sold. And that's just his books. That's not even counting any movies that he has his name on. He's an amazing author, and he truly is the master of horror in a lot of ways, even though his genre is not specified towards horror. He's written a lot of different stuff. The thing that makes the difference is there's always, for the most part, there's usually some sort of element of supernatural involved in it. Although some of his most popular works had nothing to do with that. And some of his most popular works, people don't even necessarily realize are Stephen King. Like The Shawshank Redemption, Stand By Me, things like that. Now, like I said, I have 8 to 10 movies that I'm going to review that are all based on either novels, and a couple of them are based on short stories. One of them is actually based on one of his books that he wrote as Richard Bachman. And then I also am probably going to do a video or two talking about some of his books and some of his stories that I am personally a big fan of. So I am not doing these as book to movie comparisons. I want to get that out there. I am reviewing these solely on how they are as a movie, because a lot of these I have not read the book that they're based on. Also, I'm not doing Children in the Corn or Carrie because I've already covered those. So don't expect those. Hopefully I'll have the first one up in a couple of days maybe. I don't know. I'm going to try to get it done tomorrow, but I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to get around to it. But be looking for those, and have a fun October.